So a couple of days ago, I decided to buy a notebook, and I usually like to buy notebooks, but I never write in them. But this was an exception because in this notebook, what I did, I started to writing down a system. I tried to build a system that will just simply help me to accomplish everything I want and to become a better version of myself. And it was literally a couple of days ago. I bought this notebook at June 6th, as I wrote in here. And for the past couple of days, I wasn't writing anything in here until 13th of June, where I actually decided to just simply create a system. The where is gonna simply help me to accomplish everything I want. And I'm hoping with this video, not only with this video, but with this types of videos, because for the next couple of weeks, I'm gonna record almost on a daily basis. I'm gonna share with you my analysis of myself, how I learn about myself and how I work, how I simply approach almost on a systematic level towards building goals and system towards achieving them. My first attempt to building a goal, to building a system, to accomplishing a goal was on a 13th of June. So on a first try of my system building journey, I can say, I decided to simply write down three goals I have, three general goals or three general destinations I want to be or simply finish, or something like this, which are simply video making, then music creation and game development. Those are the things that I'm interested in, and even though I'm interested in a lot of more stuff, but I decided to pick these three goals, and I decided to create a system where I'm gonna have a schedule for my addictions, which means I'm simply gonna for example, watch YouTube at a specific time and not before this. So I decided to watch YouTube at 9 p.m. or something like this. I decided to write down goals on a macro and micro level. Macro level, which means simply a really big goals, like some general goals that I have, some general stuff that I want to do, and a micro goals is more on a step-by-step, on a daily basis, approach towards achieving the goals. So on a macro level, I really wanted to make 4 YouTube videos, improve my speech to record the stuff, and improve my screenwriting, which means simply to improve my script so I can talk better, because right now I don't have a script, and that's why I'm gonna I would have a lot of cuts in here. So then I decided to make one song in FL Studio, that's software to make some build music in it. Then learn 3 songs from Undertale, from other games that I do that I do simply love. And then learn to type on accordion without looking at it, which means simply I don't have any other musical instrument except accordion. So I decided to learn to simply play on accordion without looking at it, because right now I'm looking at it and it's not very, comfortable for me to just play on it. So that was my goals, and my 2 goals within game development is to make one horror game and work on a clone of another game that I won't talk about right now because I'm intentionally don't want to talk about it. So as you can see, we have a general goal that I want to accomplish within a month. Then I decided to make it even lower and make it some goals that I want to achieve within a week, which is simply make 1 video per week, read for 50 pages, then watch 5 videos. Is simply improve my speech, improve my screenwriting, and improve simply make videos. Simply like this. I decided to simply have a general goal, then break it down even further and further and further up until I have a daily schedule that I can do. And I decided to use a Dr. K's guide, method of simply approaching your goals. I don't exactly remember where I took it, probably from a video about how to stop sabotaging your future. And I learned that you have a 1-5-20 rule, which is all about you need to have goals that you can accomplish within a minute, within 5 minutes, and more than 20 minutes. You simply have a list of goals that you need to accomplish, and just simply go and try to accomplish them. So my first system, as you can hear, like all of this, like macro and micro goals and 1 5 to 2 rules and just simply scheduling my addiction and everything like that, it didn't work out like the way I wanted to do, because I realized that there is a ton of stuff to do for me. 3 goals, 3 areas that I want to improve in. It's too much for me, and I cannot literally sit down and just do it. It's just too much. For some reason, I decided to switch it, and system I completely cut it off. Except from scheduling like my addiction works pretty good. For some reason, it's a lot more easier to control yourself when you have a deadline for you, when your addiction would just simply disappear. You say to yourself, I'm gonna watch YouTube at 5 or at 8 p.m. and you're not gonna watch it before this. You have a deadline, and it's gonna be a lot more easier for you to control yourself. Then, like 1 5 20 rule doesn't work for me. I don't know why. I simply couldn't, for some reason, the stuff that you accomplish within a minute, within 5 minutes, it does not actually build up towards accomplishing something that takes you more than 20 minutes. So for some reason, this system doesn't work. So I decided to make another system. And another thing that I've learned about myself is that my brain can focus on something so badly, which means so strongly, that it kind of lose control and engage with an activities that I don't want, like, for example, watching YouTube. And another thing, I'm gonna change my current strategy to make it work better for me. I need to make it work. I completely forgot to write about your, what was it? Your itching is temporarily and will disappear. So while I'm having like a couple of test days, which means just simply a day of testing this strategy, I decided to just try this scheduling addiction method in my itching addiction, not addiction, just simply itching habit. I do like to itch myself everywhere, and it's kind of a little bit annoying for me for some reason. So I said to myself that I'm not gonna itch myself until like within a couple of hours. I'm not gonna itch myself until like 12 p.m. I'm not gonna touch myself at all. That's the rule for myself. That was the rule, at least. And what I've realized about this is, like, whenever you just say to yourself, I'm not gonna do X until this time, it's a lot more easier to control yourself, and itching after a couple of minutes will disappear. Right now, I have really strong itching in my nose, but I don't want to touch it. I don't want to. Just simply, I'm gonna touch it after recording this video, and I know that it's gonna disappear. So system 02 I wrote down here, which is because I realized that my brain tend to be random and hyper-focused to everything, and I need to set some boundaries around my interest and only use it for something I need to make money of. So if you don't remember, you probably don't remember because you didn't watch it, but I have a goal of 1000k a month within a year. I want to accomplish it for no reason. Just I want to make money to make my life easier, to make the lives around me easier. So I decided to work more on an Ayurvedic approach to motivation, which is Vata, Pitta, and Kapha. If you're interested in this, like, go and watch Dr. K's guide on 3 motivational styles. So I realized that I am a Vata, which means I'm dynamic, and my mind is really like, my motivation and my mind is really dynamic, which means my motivation is easy come, easy go, and I tend to strongly be motivated towards something, but I like follow through, and I really get bored of something really, really easily. That's my, I can say, problem right now. And I decided in system 0.2 to switch it, to use this, I can say, power of mine, and to make my life a little bit better. So I decided to pre-plan some of my interests that I have, which is, for example, to model something, to make games, to make videos. It's simply rotate the interests that I have and the things that I'm working on, so I can actually be motivated 24/7. That's what I realize I'm gonna do. I didn't actually try my best to do this because yesterday I wrote it down, like the day before yesterday. Yesterday I tried my best to try it, but because of the fact that I was completely, I can say, bombarded with the amounts of stuff that I need to do that is not out of my control, like simply help my parents and etc. 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 I couldn't actually test it out like really, really well, but on the next day, after I engaged a lot of hours in watching YouTube, when I woke up, I realized I have a really bad, like to say, problems with motivation for no reason. I was feeling bad when I woke up, and I decided to come back to my really, really first strategy, which is I didn't wrote it down right now. I'm just recording to you, and I'm gonna tell to you right now. So I decided to have something which is really, really easy to do, set myself some goals that I want to accomplish that's gonna be easy, and not change the goals that I set to myself, which is, for example, I'm gonna model something for the next couple of minutes once a week, and this is gonna be my goal on a daily basis. I'm gonna do my best to simply, I would say, model at least once a week, though that means just simply lowering your baseline and doing your best to accomplish something. I do love this strategy because it does work, and for some reason, everything feels a lot more easier if your goal is really, really easy. Because of my mind, because I'm how dynamic I am, I tend to be really anxious about stuff, and I tend to be overwhelmed really, really easily. So I decided to make it super easy for me, and I'm gonna combine the System 0.2, which is simply using my Vata or dynamic brain towards with the idea of not being a failure. Like, you can watch a video by Dr. K, How to Stop Feeling Like a Failure, where he explained a video, step that you need to do is to simply stop moving your baseline or like goals, which is to simply stop moving your goalposts and try to accomplish everything that you want without moving your goalpost. For example, do 5 push-ups once a week, and that's what you need to do for the next couple of months. Then you will see that's actually gonna see. I'm not gonna explain to you how it's gonna work because right now I don't have enough experience. I completely forgot what was the experience that I did a couple of months ago. Then what I'm gonna try to do for the next system, as I said, I'm gonna use my brain, my motivation, which is super floaty. Then I'm gonna combine it with lowering my baseline. Then what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna use Jordan Peterson's method of simply genuinely asking yourself of doing something and trying to improve something for at least 10%, for 20%, whatever, to focus on really, really small stuff and asking yourself, can I literally do this a little bit nicer? Can I record this video at least for 10% better? And as I realized, I can do actually. Like, for example, putting a microphone with them near my mouth could actually improve the audio quality, or putting a lighting on my face is gonna be a little bit better. So I decided to simply use this system, and I'm gonna do my best to make it work, because for some reason I think that just simply giving myself time for one day is not gonna be enough. Now it's not gonna be enough, and I'm hoping that this system gonna work. So yes, I'm gonna do my best to model something, to record some videos, to do something else, and I don't know actually what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna set some goals that I have, which is simply to general goals, a general path that I want to take, which is simply making models, making videos, working on my games and something like this. But I'm not gonna have, or I don't see, there's a little bit of a problem. Whenever you try to set a system to yourself, whenever you try to create a system for yourself, there is always a problem, which is you're always struggling with literal really basic stuff, because you don't know exactly what's gonna happen, and because of the fact that you don't know what's gonna happen, your plan gonna suck. Every noob has a plan, but the best plan that will 100% work is a plan for something that you already accomplished, which means at the end of the road, your plan is much better than at the beginning of the road. And whatever I'm just saying to you might change within a couple of days, or even within tomorrow. Who knows? And I'm gonna do my best to try to make it work, try to see why it works, why it doesn't work. try to implement it, try to use it, and try to simply improve myself, and I'm gonna share with you how I went. So thanks a lot for watching. I'm hoping that this video was helpful to you. If it was, leave in the comments how it was helpful, or simply write down anything that you want, every thoughts, every opinion, how you can make this video better, how I can improve it by your advices. So thanks a lot for watching. Leave a like, leave a dislike, subscribe if you enjoyed, and bye.